Hi, I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And as a business consultant and life coach, I help you to move forward in your business, project, or endeavor. So if you always wanted to write a book, but you just haven't seemed to get started, or you always wanted to 10x that business that you already have, expand it to the next level, you know exactly what you need to do, but you just haven't done it? Well, I've already purchased all the courses, read all the books, the Tony Robbins, all sorts. I have several degrees, including a master's degree and credits toward a doctorate. I've sat with and met celebrities and done the networking. And what I realized is what I really needed was a mastermind group of people working toward my project, my business, or my endeavor. So what I've done is met with coaches and met with experts and put them together to work on your project. So join us today for our mastermind networking group. I'll see you there. Click the link below and join us. Hello and welcome to the Ask Arlene show, the show where you get to ask the questions and we answer them. So usually we have a guest on the show. Today, we don't have a guest. Today, I'm going to talk to you about your why and knowing your why. And I want to tell you a quick story. So we only have a few minutes, 28 minutes, but I want to share this story with you because it's my story about my why in order to inspire you and help you to think about and cultivate an answer to your why. So there was a lady, and she was not very wealthy. She lived in a country other than the United States, far away. It was a Caribbean island. And while she was living on this island, she was relatively poor. She didn't have a lot of funds, but she had a strong desire, a strong why. She had a strong will to accomplish great things. And she always said that if she were ever able to get out of the situation that she was in, that she would endeavor to help other people to rise above their circumstances and accomplish great things as well. So she was very smart, though. She did have a gift. And that's one of the key secrets to success, to know that you do have a gift, because everybody is gifted in some area. So none of us have everything, but each of us has something. So that's one of the key secrets, that each of us has something. So she was very smart. She was very wise. And so she worked very hard. She wanted to be a teacher. So she endeavored to study very hard. She didn't play outside. She wasn't very popular. She spent all of her time studying and working so that she could one day accomplish her dreams of being somebody in the world and being able to help others to rise above their circumstances and manifest their dreams. So lo and behold, she got an opportunity now to come to the great country of the United States. And she decided that despite the fear and trepidation, that she was going to venture out across the seas, across the oceans, into the unknown. She had no idea what the journey was going to be like. But she was from a warm climate, so she didn't have a coat, she didn't have a sweater, and she was going to a country where it was cold, and she was coming in the middle of winter. So during this winter time, the ship that she was on was tossed to and fro, and she was terrified because she didn't really know what this new world was going to be like. She stepped out and took a leap of faith because she didn't really know what was going to be on the other side, but she expected it to be good because she had heard about this country and that in this country, this is the country that dreams are made, the country in which dreams are made. So she went to this new country and she was a student. She said that the only way she could come to this new country is if she stopped doing teaching and if she started doing nursing. So she picked up her bags. She's on the ship. She's decided she's going to be a nurse. She knows nothing about nursing because she's been a teacher all this time. She gets here and it's in the dead of winter and she's looking for the place, but she has a very strong accent. So as she's asking for the name of the hospital, nobody knows what she's talking about because of the thick accent. So finally somebody says, oh, you mean such and such hospital? Because she's like such and such hospital because of her accent. She makes her way to the nurses' quarters, the training quarters at this particular hospital. She's training now to be a nurse. Everything is different. It's cold and she doesn't have a coat. They don't provide coats because they just provide uniforms. So she writes a letter to her uncle and asks if it would be possible that he could send her a coat. So he says, well, look, I can't send you any money and I really can't send you a coat, but what I'll send you is a sweater. So she goes out. She gets the sweater. She does the best she can. She takes up her pen. She takes up her paper and she puts her pedal to the metal and she starts working. She gets to become a nurse, guys. So now she's full-fledged. She's so excited. She's now on her journey to being exactly what she feels like she's called to be, a nurse. But her journey is not done because now she has to find housing. She has to find shelter. She has to send money home to her country to help take care of her mother and to help take care of her family. And then on top of that, her father sends her sister from the country to come and live with her. So she gathers herself together. She puts her pedal to the metal. And she says, it doesn't matter. I'm going to overcome this particular situation. So when you know your why, you can overcome any how. So she decides that she's going to live in the nursing quarters and she's going to work and she's just going to make money and save. And her one dream is that she could have a child and that she would instill all that she had learned during the hardships that she had encountered. Because keep in mind now, she is being a nurse manager, and she's a nurse manager at a time when many people of color aren't even able to are just barely able to sit on the front of the bus. So there are a lot of challenges that she has to overcome, a lot of bumps and bruises on the way that she has. But she keeps going because she says, I want to help people to be able to overcome their fears and be able to accomplish their true goals and their true visions and their true calling. So she keeps going. So next thing, she finally has a dream of having that particular child. But she's getting up in age now and she's been working all this time and she hasn't found Mr. Right. So this is another thing. A lot of you may think, well, I'm looking for Mr. Right and I haven't found him yet, so that means I'm not going to find him. But she didn't change her mind and say, I'm not going to have this kid. She just kept working toward the vision. She kept working toward the dream. And she kept her mind and her thoughts in order, focused on what it was that she wanted to accomplish. So another secret is to focus on the goal. So don't focus on what's not working in your life. Don't focus on the negative part that isn't working. You're going to focus on the dream, on the goal, on the vision, and continue to work toward it, whatever it is. And if there are bumps and bruises on the way, things that don't look right, just keep going anyway. You have to adjust sometimes, but you don't adjust the destination. You just adjust how you're going to get there. So as she was getting older, she started worrying that maybe she's not going to have this kid, but she didn't focus on that. She focused on working hard and she focused on the dream and the goal. And eventually, at a ripe old age, at the 11th hour, she found the person who she was going to marry. She married him and they had a beautiful daughter. And she said to herself, finally, one of my major dreams and goals has been fulfilled. But Remember, her true calling was that she would be light and salt to the earth, that she would be able to make a difference in the world and be able to help other people. So it wasn't just about her. I mean, she was grateful that she was no longer barefoot in her country running around looking for a meal. But that's not what it was about for her. It was about her fulfilling her vision and her dream to impact the lives of other people that would then impact the lives of other people. And so she began using her wealth and using her monies to fund other people's college educations because she felt that that was a route through which people could raise up and become self-sufficient and be able to accomplish their dreams and also be able to help other people to accomplish their dreams because then they would be able to make lots and lots of funds. So she continued. And so there was a young lady who became a doctor as a result of her help. And there was a young lady who became a business owner as a result of her help. And now she finally had her own daughter. And so she sent her daughter to the best of schools, the best of colleges, all expenses paid. And then she was able to send her daughter on a tour of the Middle East and a tour of Europe because that was her way through which she was going to impact the world. She was going to use her efforts, her funds, her finances to be able to make a change in someone else's life so that that person could then carry the message on forward. So as the journey goes, the daughter, now becoming closer to the age of readiness, began to work in politics because she felt that that was an area in which she could impact the world around her. Because she had this message and she had this vision from the lady that we have to impact the world, we have to make a change, we have to help other people to accomplish their dream, their vision, their goal. And so the lady's daughter progressed and she went on to run organizations and she went on to be relatively successful. And she always had the care and the love and the kindness and the vision of this woman in her ears, telling her how important it is to impact the world, how important it is to make a change and to make a difference, and that we make a difference in other people's lives as we help them, not just in words, in deeds, but financially. Everybody has a gift. Everybody has something that they need to do. So the only way that we can impact the world is by helping other people to see that something that's in them, that spark, that light, that vision, that ability that they have, so that they can run, okay, and run with the mission and be able to help others. So, lo and behold, the lady got sick. She had never been to the doctors. Well, she'd been to the doctors, but never been in the hospital, never been sick, not a day in her life. So she'd never gone to the doctor because she was sick. And her mother was 103 years old. So nobody expected this wonderful lady to go anywhere. But lo and behold, the lady contracted an incurable disease. And she began to slowly get sicker and even more sick. And it was incurable. So even though they looked for ways that they could help this lady to recover, as she was such a good lady, such a caring lady, such a giving lady, no answer to the illness was found. And she began to move slower, more slowly and more slowly. And she decided, well, she wanted to go back to her country, the country where it all began, and be able to see all of her friends and family before she had to go. So she went and she visited and she had a great time. She actually seemed like she had a little more energy when she went down there and she partied in her country. Her country was Jamaica, the beautiful island of Jamaica. And so that's also another secret on this journey to success, that we need to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. So it's not just about whatever the plan or the goal or the vision is. It's about us enjoying the journey along the way. So I want you guys to hear me. regardless of where you are on your journey, enjoy it. Okay, even when you're in the difficult times, you're working late because you're trying to get ahead, or you're having to do schoolwork because you're still in school and you're stressed about the schoolwork. Listen, even then, find a way to enjoy the journey because the time is finite. Okay, so she's in Jamaica, she's enjoying herself, and she gets really, really sick down there. And her daughter has to send for her because she's not even able at that point to travel back to the country by herself. So this time, she is pretty much just able to move a little bit around her house. And she somehow miraculously has someone send for her and she's able to come back to the country. And now she's ready to go. And she's made her peace. She's been to her country and seen all of her friends and been able to, high five them. And she's back in her country and she's able to be in her home. And she has one goal and she has one vision. And that is that her life will be able to impact the world. So now she's on her deathbed and she hasn't become president. She hasn't become the leader of the free world. So the question is, how is she going to impact the world? How is she going to impact the nations? And she's laying in her deathbed. And all of her family is crowded around her because they know that her days are coming. Her time is coming. And she's still in good spirits. Her mind is intact. And that's when she's able to share with them again her heart and her vision. And she says, I've been placed on this earth to impact the world. And so her grandkids are there and they're like, oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Isn't that lovely? We're all here to impact the world. And she's like, no, no, no. No, no, no. I'm here to impact the world. And then she gives them the secret. The secret is that the way that this lady who was barefoot in her country in Jamaica and now is able to purchase her house and houses and land and move forward in the new world, the way that she's able to impact the world is through them. So they're like, whoa, 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 what are you talking about? What are you talking about? The mantle is being passed on from generation to generation. Okay? What are you doing with your time while you're here? You're here in order to impact the world in some way. Yes! Knowing your why is what it's all about. Why are you here? You're here to impact the world. There's something that only you can do, that you're on this earth to accomplish. So her goal, which is why she had to have the daughter so that she could have kids and grandkids, and also why she had to spend on other people's education so that through them, she would impact the earth, impact the whole world. So, like I said, the mantle has been passed on. And the idea is that now the role and the mission and the mandate of the daughter and the granddaughters and all those whose lives she's touched is to impact the world. So while other people are watching hours of reality television and other people are reading chick lit, if you don't know what chick lit is, ask somebody, because it means that you're not reading it, which is pretty good. While everybody else was doing all these other things, the goal is to be able to work toward impacting your world, your environment, and your area. Okay, that's the true mark of success. So yes, does it involve money? Does it involve houses and land? Yes. But it's about each one reaching one and each one impacting others. So this lady, she was able to impact thousands of people. And then those thousands of people that she impacted thousands of people. And thereby, this one lady was able to impact millions and thereby impacting the entire world. When she was in England, when she was in Canada, when she was in Jamaica, when she was in the United States, she was always aware of her surroundings and that her goal and her vision and her plan for being here was to impact the world. And so that daughter is me. Her daughter was me. And so going through and working in politics and studying political science and then working in business and working on my own business and touring different places, the goal and the vision has always been how to impact others and thereby helping others to impact the world. So if you live your best life and you accomplish your goals and you accomplish your vision, and we help you to do that, then we're impacting the world. So it's not a small goal. It's not a small vision, but it's a worthy vision. So if you say, well, Arlene, why are you doing this? Why are you on air talking with me for these 28 minutes about your mom's story? It's a nice story. But what I want to share with you is that on her deathbed, when I was there with her, after she had paid for all the education and she had seen me tour and seen me win lots of awards. See, I've got awards and stuff up here from different levels of government and shaking hands with leaders, as you've seen the pictures. What I said to her was, Mom, thank you. Thank you for having a heart for people and for showing me the value in having a heart for other people. Yes, Gucci is nice, and I've shown you photographs of, me with the Gucci diamond thing, and nice cars are beautiful, and I enjoyed, working and being on television on the major stations and meeting the leaders of the world. But the vision is for each one to reach one. So I don't know where you are today. I don't know who you are. But I do know one thing about you. I know that you have a calling. I know that you have a vision and a mission for being on this earth. And I know that you're watching and listening to this program for a purpose. So it's of utmost importance that if you get nothing else from these 29 minutes, well, how many minutes do we have now? 5 minutes? We've got 1 minute left. Okay. If you hear anything from this time today, I want you to know that you have a purpose and a plan and a vision, and your goal for being here is to determine exactly what that is. If you don't know what it is yet, we're willing to help you to cultivate that answer so that you can begin on that journey. Okay? You've been gifted with something. Everybody's good at something. Nobody's great at everything. So the goal is to find out what you're truly great at, what your true vision is, okay? And then get started sharing that with the world. And you say, well, I don't have a platform to share it with the world. I'm just trying to get through my 4th year of college. Your platform is wherever you are, okay? Whether you're collecting garbage or you're sitting in the United States Senate, your platform is those people that are around you. You're impacting them every day, and you don't know where they're going to be or who they're going to be with. And the words that you speak to them now can change their lives. You can be saving lives. You don't know what people are thinking. There's so many people that I thought were doing so well, and they committed suicide on the journey. They didn't make it this far. You've made it this far for a reason and for a purpose. Okay? So I want to impress upon you If you need some help, contact us. This is my why. I'm here because my mom left the mantle with me to impact the world. So please help me by contacting us so that I can be able to help you to achieve your vision and your goal and run the race with agility and joy. Thank you for spending these 28 minutes with me. And thank you to Ramon and to Crystal and to Joe and everybody that impacted the show today. And thank you for you, the listeners, because without you, we wouldn't have a show. Type in below and tell me how we can be of help to you and have you overcome your fears, get unstuck, and live your best life. Bye-bye.
I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And I'm here to tell you 2 reasons why you should join our Speakers Bureau training and how to become a world-class speaker. 1, revenue generation. People who know how to communicate well earn more dollars and cents. And 2, if you have a day job, you're not a speaker, teacher, author, trainer, you're going to gain promotion on your job if you're better able to communicate with confidence in those board meetings. Now, you say, why should I join your group, Arlene? There are so many programs out there. Well, I'm guaranteeing you an interview on television or radio if you complete our 10 sessions of our Speakers Bureau training. So I have a plethora of friends that do the same types of things that I do. And so we're guaranteeing you an interview on either television or radio. And you say, well, why else, Arlene? Why else should I join? Well, if you join our Speakers Bureau, after having taken the 10-session training, I am going to help you along with our team to launch that speaking career that you always envisioned so that you can use your message to change the world. So there's so many programs out there and they tell you how to be a speaker, but I'm going to actually help you to get booked on paid speaking engagements on television and on radio if you complete all 10 sessions and you join our Speakers Bureau. I hope to see you there and see you using your dream, your vision, and your talent to change the world. Bye-bye. See you there.
Hi, this is Arlene of the Ask Arlene show, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. Guys, we are doing a 5K challenge where we're asking you to walk 5,000 steps every day. During COVID-19, many of us are indoors. Many of us are not as active as we used to be, going to work, walking to take the kids to school. We're all indoors. And so we need to have a little bit of a boost and a challenge in order for us to become more healthy and become the best version of ourselves. So if you've been wanting to lose a few pounds, or maybe not, you just want to be as healthful as possible, join the challenge, guys. Go to bit.ly/Ask Arlene, capital A for Arlene, capital A for Ask, okay? And join us today for the 5,000 step per day challenge. Look forward to seeing you there.
You could. Said you gon' leave me, man, I wish you would. Yeah, I'm different, so I'm misunderstood. So I'ma always be good. Said I'ma always be good.